recording locally now. Yeah, the eBay listings. I might buy some kitty cat tarot cards. Like what you were looking at. Shit, I can't talk. Um, let's look at those real quick. It's fucking weird shit, man. My wife would probably like these since they're kind of cornball looking. Are these all from eBay? Yeah, eBay. Yeah, you said eBay. Yeah, I liked I think the first one you sent was the one I liked the most. Yeah, this one. I like this one. I found the eBay listing for this one. I might go ahead and buy it. I mean, I've spent worse things. I spent $7 on worse things, you know? So, let's see here. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get off Discord. So, oh, my friend sent me a message. Let me see what he wants real quick. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I wanted to get into Kirk's video, maybe while I play a game, I'm not sure yet. Probably play more Silk Song, get lost in that, because I hadn't played that in like a week. Um, let's see here. There we go. Let's see what my friend said real quick. I can just cut this out. What is this? Hmm. Yep. Totally believable. Are you fucking serious? With this background? What is this? Oh yeah, totally someone's brain. Crystallized, turns a man's brain into glass. Uh-huh. How do they know this shit? How do you know this? Tell me how you know this. What's with all these specifics? 12 hours after the eruption began, in the early hours of the morning, blah 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 was engulfed by a swift-moving deadly pyroclastic surge. The deadly cloud of gas, ash, and rock swept over the town at speeds greater than 150 kilometers per hour. Anyone who had not already escaped died rapidly and violently as the town was burned. How do you know this? How do you know all this? What year is this supposed to be? 79? It's supposed to be AD, fuckface. Taking God out of the time or whatever. We don't go by this CE nonsense. Billy. Yeah, when I opened the can, you knew I had an IQ of 120. I ought to get like I ought to get a Budweiser koozie so people will think I'm drinking, drinking the beer, the corporate slop, like as I like to call it. Light up a ciggy. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some candy cigarettes actually, and see if I can get away with tricking the masses and the asses. The ciggy transcends you into the world of wisdom and authentic. Wow, I can't say that. I know what the word means. I just can't fucking say it. Authenticity. There we go. Yup. Yup. All right, let me fucking get off this bullshit. All right, let's get into Kirk's video. Budweiser. I mean, I don't know anything about beers. You tell me. You tell me what I should be drinking. What kind of koozie should I get, Billy? I'm gonna get into it.
It is, what is it? It is, September 20th, 2025, and it is about 3:10
Fuck it, we'll do it this way.
p.m. Uh, so I was sort of thinking of making a video today because I wanted to take a walk, but this was
Yeah,
about
some fucking
maybe
candy cigarettes. That'd be amazing.
maybe 2 hours ago that I was thinking of that, but then I decided not to, and I took a little nap, I guess. And Yeah, it was, I'm glad I did, I guess, and instead I'm doing it now, because before, it was a teeny bit colder,
You know, legit,
and I don't think it was as
legit. I wonder how many people you could like fool into thinking you're this like hard ass with a candy cigarette and a Budweiser koozie.
sunny, but right now it is very clear, or whatever, very sunny, and
Still zero drop
due to
frames.
that, it was
Wow.
just a teensy bit hotter. Head kind of started to
Ant
get
lore. The ant lore is deep.
feeling
Which is
or
pretty
whatever
funny because
for the past like 3 days.
I got bit by ants pretty bad a few days
Um,
ago. I still got the welts on my ankle.
and I'm guessing it's just some kind of, even though I don't believe in like viruses and all that nonsense, but what people would call like a flu or whatever, probably something like a flu. What COVID used to be.
Yeah,
What
basically.
COVID used to be, but now
Pretty
they still
bullshit
fucking call it
actually.
the flu. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Stupid.
I've talked about this before, but it's like, you know, every 2 years we got these stupid fucking flus like swine flu and bird flu and all that bullshit. And this was the big one, right? I remember when I heard about it back during 2019, like Octoberish 2019. I remember hearing about it and how they were kind of hyping it up. I don't know. I got a weird feeling they were gonna hype it up. Lo and behold, you know, the big event took over in March the next year, and you know, I told my family, it's like, y'all, this bullshit happens. They try to hype it up every 2 3 years. This is just normal media sensationalism, but like, you know, whatever. Nobody fucking believes the misfit, right? No one believes the outcast or the mystic. Like these patterns are so fucking obvious. Like nobody else fucking sees it the way we do. You know, it's just fucking horse shit. I knocked out a few ant hills today. Large fire ants. Yeesh. Yeah, it wasn't fire ants. It's those little black ones. I don't think they're sugar ants, but I'm not sure what kind of ants they were. But they got me all around my ankles. You know, because I was wearing shorts and just regular shoes to mow the lawn, and I was wearing ankle socks. So basically, around the ankle sock line is where they got me because they all bit me at once, little fuckers. Never seen fire ants around here. Only black ants. Yeah, me too. Um, I've seen the little. I think they're called cow ants or something like that. They have big old round booties. They're huge. They're like this big. They're kind of cute, but I don't know if they're dangerous or not. But I've seen those around like past our property where we normally get ants. So yeah.
But as Rudy and I have talked about a good few times, is like COVID has
I
been
knew it was a
memory
trap.
hold.
Now time to move.
Unlike, well, at least
That was pretty good.
that's the thing. People still talk about it, but they almost talk about it like as if it's like it's if it like it's a forbidden subject or whatever. Like they have to talk
Fucking
about it
assholes.
behind closed doors and in hushed voices and shit.
Let me
Like,
rewind.
like
They got me
but,
good.
stupid.
I knew it was a trap the moment I sat down, but I couldn't react to it.
As Rudy and I have talked about a good few times, is like COVID has been memory hold. Unlike, well, at least that's the thing. People still talk about it, but they almost talk about it like as if it's if it like it's a forbidden subject or whatever. Like they have to talk about it behind closed doors and in hushed voices and shit. Like
Yep.
it's so fucking weird. It was this massive thing that way bigger than, like, at the end of the day, way bigger than 9/11
Yep.
in terms of like
100%.
scope
You know, people
and
look
how
at
much
me.
it actually kind of like
People look at me like I have 5 heads when I say shit like, dude, the CV-19 was fucking huge. Like that was in terms of like casualties. Like I was telling Froderick, it's like, dude, did you forget that? I know we were talking about the James Kirk thing, but it's like COVID was huge, man. What 7,000 people died during the 7/11. Not including the people, the feet on the ground that got sick from all the dust inhalation. But it's like CV was massive, dude.
scope and how much it actually kind of like like supposedly directly affected or whatever. Way bigger than fucking COVID, than 9/11. But unlike 9/11, now people are just basically like they don't even remember it happening. I mean, it's not exactly like that because they do. Like if you brought it up, they would be like, "Oh yeah,"
Can I go through here?
but
Yep.
it's not something that people talk about. Like really, they should be talking about almost every day or mention like because people they talk about things like pre and post COVID
Yep.
world, like literally the entire fucking world changed from that event or
You know, the
whatever.
sad part about that is that I'm starting to think of terms of like post the Captain Kirk event and pre Captain Kirk event. Dude, the fucking hypnotism is crazy, dude. Like even if like someone like me can fall for it, where it's I'm having to start to think in terms of not 9/11, but like 9/10, right? The day before 9/11, before 9/10 and after 9/10, and like that Ukrainian girl thing. Like I was like, oh, that happened before. So talking about it now, like Kirk said once in one of our direct message conversations, it's like talking about the that girl getting stabbed in the neck is kind of like weird now because it was before, right before the Captain Kirk thing. It's just fucking wild. It's like sad that the hypnosis is like real, dude. I don't know how else to describe it other than hypnosis. I literally posted about how big COVID was about an hour ago on Facebook and how everyone forgot and just how y'all saying we should be talking about it. Yep. Yeah, good point, Billy. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just everyone around us. I guess we're all on the same frequency or something because everyone around us looks at us like I said, like really. And I hate to like suck our dicks, but it's like the outcasts, like the misfits, like where we say the mystics, literally beyond the pale, where everyone around us looks at us like we're fucking the two-headed ogre or something.
And those like 4 or 5, those like
There's gonna be fucking traps everywhere here,
five
aren't
years,
there?
4 or 5 years
I'm
that
gonna pause for a minute. Yep. What are these? Okay, it's just shards. I don't need shards. I'm full. Okay. I can't go any higher. So I can't jump any higher. I guess I gotta go somewhere else. Fucking hey. I'm not sure where. So I can't go any higher. Alright, let me start playing.
it was at its like the peak bullshit of it. Um, but now it's like once again it's like a thing that is forbidden to be talked about or something, and like people avoid like talking about it or bringing it up or
I wrote this on Facebook 2 hours ago. The fact they just ran this psyop and the masses just forgot about all about it. Yep. Almost like it was a test. Yep, I called it's actually funny because golly, what was I talking about earlier with my wife and kid? I referred to something as a litmus test to see who would fall for something. Oh, World of Worlds, that was it. Cause my daughter, cause they were playing Roblox, and I was sitting on the recliner right next to him watching them play, while I was, goofing around on my phone, and they came upon a game based on World of Worlds, and my daughter hadn't heard of World of Worlds, and we had to like explain to her, it was like it was fiction, right? It was fiction kind of presented as news, and a lot of jackasses fell for it, right? And I tried to explain to them, like while it may have been fiction, it was a litmus test to see how many dummies, to see how many dummies are on the frequency or off the frequency, kind of thing, you know. To me, CV, all these events are like that. CV, 7-Eleven, James T. Kirk, it's like fucking A, man. And I don't know, it's fucking twisted shit.
like once again it's like a thing that is forbidden to be
All right,
talked
where are we
about
at?
or something, and like people avoid like talking about it or bringing it or whatever. Sends out a signal.
Let's see, there are some interesting coincidences when you filter planetary cycles through date to dates. Yeah, I think I saw some of your community posts where you were linking some interesting things about that. Mercury's orbit is a good place to start. A Mercury orbit is 87.969 days. That's an interesting number. Yeah, I think I followed some of your community posts talking about that. Um, I wish I could say that I could follow that well, but I can't. Like, I've tried to get into that kind of thing, and it's just astrology just is over. I'm in over my head when I try to get into astrology, so I just kind of gave up. So, like, if we are subscribed to a specific timeline or node, it generates a prefabricated or prescript event or set of events, or in reference to what Kirk is talking about. JFK died at exactly 193 Mercury years old. Kobe Bryant died at 172. When Flight 302 crashed, Trump turned exactly 302 Mercury years. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's the way shit lines up is absolutely wild. But what does it mean? And at the end of the day, what does it mean to you? You know, is what my question is to most people who get into this kind of thing, other than noticing the coincidences, right? What does that do for you? What does that do for you? Tell me what it does for you.
It's not.
Potentially, yeah. Oh, hold on, let me. See, or the reality itself defines the events and individually different things happen when the trigger
So
occurs.
many things that your character to simulate.
The latest one is the latest one is a Charlie Kirk was the latest one is that Charlie Kirk was assassinated exactly 666 Mercury years after Lincoln died. But what does it do for me? It makes me look at conspiracy theories, I suppose. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I'm more asking along the lines of like, what does that do for you for your like Matt puts it right. He talks about what does it do to move the conversation forward, or what does it do to make what does it do to your how do I put it your spiritual journey, right? Other than noticing patterns, right? Like for me, for instance, noticing synchronicities and stuff has just become like a hobby by this point. You know, by this point, it's just something goofy and kind of goofy to me by now. It's just fun and dumb after a while. All it really does is point to a fake fucking reality anyway. So, like I said, but I don't know what it means to you, is what I mean. Like, does it point to a fake reality, or what does it do for your spiritual growth? Is more along the lines. Excuse me, what I mean. Zero drop frames. I finally made it.
Things going around and meant to simulate a kind of like
Holy
living
fuck.
world sort of deal. That is why it's
I
there.
needed that.
For the most part, that's why it's there. It's to make the world seem like it is. It's to fool the player into thinking that the world is going on around them.
Yep. Nice.
Um, and stuff is occurring around them
Let me
without
rewind
them
that.
being involved.
Oops.
Like try and make it so they are currently able to see that plane going by and stuff. Um, but it's like that is an event that is meant to simulate things going around and meant to simulate a kind of like living world sort of
I
deal.
think there's a monster
That is
fight
why it's
gauntlet or
there.
something coming up.
For the most part, that's why it's there. It's to make the world seem like it is. It's to fool the player into thinking that the world is going on around them.
Yep.
Um, and stuff is occurring around them without them being involved, kind of thing. That's what it's for.
Man, that's I don't know. That explains our reality a whole lot, doesn't it?
The idea of like a murder and the fact that
What's
you are
funny
the
is that
center of that.
even like how do I put it? Like even when you notice the pattern, the result is the same. I don't know. It makes sense in my head when I say it that way, but I don't know how crazy and obtuse it sounds when I say it out loud. Is that um, even when you understand the physics or whatever the programming algorithms, the result is still the same, even for the normie down the street. You know, I know you're talking about a game, but if we were to use that as an analog for real life, you know, the result is the same at the end of the day. It has to be.
That occurrence. I guess I could call that
And it seems super fucking obvious, but since we're living in the present, like, duh, it's got to result in the same thing, or else the simulation falls apart. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the point in a way. or like the simulation would fall apart if the result wasn't the same. Like we all witnessed the James T. Kirk bullshit together in a way, but we all created it at the same time and all the events leading up to it. And the more you look into details, like little sniper furry dude, it doesn't make like the details don't make sense. It's like a clown show when you zoom in on it. And when you zoom out, it's still a fucking clown show at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Are you saying nobody wait, are you saying noticing the pattern helps take you away from becoming immersed into the reality around you? I have to reread that. Sorry, I'm slow. No, well, maybe. No, because everyone around me is immersed in the reality. By proxy, I can't help but be immersed in the reality too, just from the people around me. It's like, to give an example, my wife, she still follows the mainstream news more or less, maybe not to the degree of some people, but she'll ask me like, "Hey, did you hear about this latest thing with Cadence? What's her name, Candace Owens, or Charlie Kirk? This new crap about the assassin, right, or whatever?" And I have to tell her every time, it's like, you can tell me about it, but my answer is always going to be no, because I don't follow stuff like that. So you're going to have to tell me, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind hearing stuff, obviously, but um, I can't help but be immersed in it in a way. Like like Kirk said right here, like the world or the reality, the simulation is still generating around us. It doesn't matter how much apathy you have for it. Like one of my, I think it was somebody in my comment section was talking about that, how apathetic they were towards the reality, how apathetic they were towards the reality. And it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. You're still generating it. It has to generate for you. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm being clear with that. I'd say yes, since the fact there is a pattern at all to these supposedly random events makes the metaphorical curtain makes the meta wow, I got lost for a second. Metaphorical curtain fall behind the stage. Billy says, you know how like times when you are so caught up in life you forget things and get sucked into the real world. Yeah, I can't really help that, especially at work. I can't help but be immersed with the normies and the drug users, man. The fucking there's only two. I only get two types of customers really. They're really the drug addicts, the fucking potheads, and the meth addicts, and the drug abusing women that come in and they go straight for the. I just know because they go straight for the makeup wall. They go straight for the hair colorings aisle, and and it's always around 8 o'clock, dude. Like around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It's like, oh, here comes it's the fucking meth hours. I just call it the meth hours because all the fucking drug addicts, they woke up from their what's that shit called the oh my god, what did I name it? Well, their drug induced stupor. They've been sleeping all fucking day and they don't wake up till like 6 p.m. or so, and then they just fucking go to my dumbass place where I work and shop for bullshit. They gotta spend their income somewhere or whatever they do just to justify their pathetic drug use and their pathetic lives. But other than that archetype, the other archetype I get is mostly Christians. Christians that weigh up their own assholes and all that. Yes, I noticed patterns when I was younger, but I never made the conclusions about those patterns that I do now. That's what Kirk said. Mostly because I was more immersed by being a school kid and the reality the society was trying to trap me into. Yeah, that's really what it's all about when it comes to the school system. The school system is supposed to get you set into these patterns of immersing yourself on the normie frequency. That's a really good way to put it. Casey Jones says there's a spiritual personal side to it. My channel is named because of an experience I had that I believe was my heart chakra opening. The numbers backed up what happened. Not sure if I've shared that story with you or not. I don't think you have. You might have, but it might have been because I've known you for like maybe like 2 years now, right? Something like that. That might have been a story you shared with me, Casey, and I just don't remember. I just have to apologize for that. But your story just sounds familiar. But that's cool, man. I just always wonder what gets people into things like, for instance, this astrology. or tarot card reading or crystal collecting and all that? What prompts people to do these things, and what how does it affect their lives? How does it trigger, not trigger, but how does, yeah, like that's it. Like how does it affect their lives and in their spiritual journey? Like at the end of the day, what does it do for you? Like see, I got a little crystal here. It's a little quartz shit. I don't remember where I bought it though, but I don't personally believe these have the power. I think the power's in the mind. These are just useful for focusing power, in my opinion. And I keep it next to a little cat statue that I have, because I'm a cat weirdo. So, yep. But like I said, these are unnecessary. Astrology to me is unnecessary. Tarot cards are unnecessary. All you need is your body and your mind and your spirit to manifest this reality. Billy Stardust Simulation says, I've often thought it presents the obstacle so that it sucks you in. Yep. As long as you are dealing with it, it becomes difficult to let go of it and focus on the fact that it's not real. Yeah, you talk about this a whole lot where everything that happens to you just seems to be a way to distract you from talking about these more esoteric subjects. And I've talked about this before, where that's when I got moved on from the night shift onto day shift. I felt as if I was being personally attacked, and I really do feel that to this day. That not necessarily the reality you refer to as the dark reality. Myself, on the other hand, I don't have enmity with the reality, but there is something, a sinister nature to something going on. Matt calls it the not milk or whatever. But I felt as if I was being set to the side so that I would stop noticing things. And obviously, to be honest, I think it ramped up in terms of like making videos and talking to people and all that. So whatever sinister puppet hand was out there trying to manipulate me, it didn't work. Kirk says, I think the sorcerer class in fantasy is the most accurate representation of people like us. You don't need the focusing tools. The power is always from within. Yeah. Yep. I agree. So, Billy says, ultimate, you are living the life you want. Are you content with what? Are you content with right now? Rhetorical, then we don't need the crystals, cards, etc. as we discussed. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know, yeah. I don't know what to say about that. You'd have to ask somebody that uses tarot cards and crystals what it means to them, and I'd love to have a conversation. That's why I think it's cool that Casey's in the chat, because he's into astrology. I like to hear what he has to say about it, because I rarely get to talk to anybody about these kind of things. So when I meet somebody that's into this, these are the kind of questions I ask, and not in an aggressive way, right? Like, or in a condescending way. Like I'm genuinely curious. Like, what does it do for your life? How do you live your day to day life? Excuse me. How do you live your day to day life, knowing these things, knowing about these synchronicities and how the astrology lines up with these massive events and even these smaller events? Like, what is going on with you? You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I just love to know about this kind of stuff. I'm gonna split the video here. All right, new recording. Since it's so easy to track when I'm talking, I'm literally gonna split. I'm gonna find all the parts in the audio where I'm talking and just literally just smash it all into one video, and that'll be the esoteric video that I make coming up next. I don't know what I'll name it. My heart chakra opened up the day I turn 12,750 days old. Jesus Christ equals 1275 in the Latin cipher. It started on a Friday and lasted till Sunday, similar to how Jesus was crucified on Friday and rose on a Sunday. Yeah, that's cool, man. I wouldn't doubt it. I've always wondered if my days. I think gosh, what's his name? One of the guys up sub 2 talked about that. He asked me my birthday, and he gave me he did a weird not a weird, it's not weird, okay? I don't mean weird in a negative way. I mean weird as in not familiar, if that makes sense. Golly, what's his name? Eris Point Project, that's his name. I don't have to look it up. Yeah, he did something similar with me where he was figuring out like the days old from when Jesus Christ was born and stuff like that, and found the significance of it, but I don't remember the details. Like I said, for me personally, stuff like that doesn't really do anything. And I've just learned to accept it. It's like if it doesn't mean anything to me, I need to just let it go and stop trying. in a way. Maybe that seems like a like a loser way of thinking, but people have the way I see it. It's like Kirk keeps bringing up fantasy classes. It's like I'm stuck in this fantasy class, you know. And that would be like changing my class, learning astrology, and starting from scratch. Even though I'm kind of interested in it, it's not going to hold my attention the way I'm kind of living life now, if that makes sense. Kirk said I found the tarot interesting before. The 56 minor cards represent well 56 cards represent more day-to-day stuff, and the main 22 major cards represent major life occurrences and landmarks. Yeah. Yeah, I do have a mild interest in tarot card reading. I was actually looking up how to tell fortunes with regular 52 deck of cards. Let's see. Casey Jones says began May 6, 2022, and ended up on May 8th, which was Mother's Day. The date was significant to my grandmother's death. Dates through the Mercury counts. That's more to it. What's your birthday? 11/21, 11/21/83. If you want my birthday,
An occurrence or
let's
whatever.
keep going.
It's like in
Yeah, Kirk hates editing. Jesus.
excuse me.
Yeah, Kirk hates editing.
But
Let's see. Billy says astrology is predeterminism, right? Like everything is already set in place. Casey Jones replies, there are several systems of astrology. I think they all have their merits. Tropical, aka Western astrology, is the most prevalent. Is a system Rudy is Oh, in that system Rudy is a Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and is
and
I'll
it
read the
kind of
rest in a minute.
it makes that one metaphor or analogy or saying or whatever or riddle. I don't know if you consider that a riddle. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to observe it, doesn't make a sound. And in this case, it would be no. It would be no. The tree.
Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and is associated with transformation, revolution, death, and rebirth of the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is interesting to note. I don't know if it matters too much, but I was actually born like I want to say like 25 days or so premature, and I think I was born right on the edge of Scorpio, something like that. So I was actually supposed to be the next one, whatever that is. I forget what December is.
The tree, if it falls in the
I
woods,
know December's not right. I just think of terms of months, what the months represent or whatever. It's just easier for me to remember. You were born the date before the cusp of 11/22. Cusp dates are the days signs change. So on 11/22, the sun moves out of Scorpion onto Sagittarius. Gotcha.
ago,
Yeah, that was
where he
wild.
had like three or four like planes or helicopters like come by all in like short time, and he had like fucking like a weird scream in the background and the gate closing, seemingly.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's funny because we kind of figured out that more or less, me and Billy were probably making videos at the same time. We were probably talking about planes more or less around the same time. So that was weird, just kind of weird in of itself, you know.
seemingly without anybody being there or something. Like these sort of things cropping up as a reaction to what he is doing in a way. Um, and I think that is kind of how this place works overall. Like, just like I look at everything in this place as like a sort of video.
Let's see. Casey Jones says, depending on your birth time, today is your 68th How would I say that? Venetian birthday. Cool that you're born on the 325th day, as the sum of Mars' magic square is 325. Mars co-rules Scorpion with Pluto.
Video game, in essence.
Today's my birthday, y'all.
Um,
Apparently.
and that's kind of like the best analogy or like metaphor for it that I kind of have is stuff like that where
My birth time?
events
I think my
are
birth time was
predetermined.
around 3 p.m. if I want to just kind of ballpark it.
Theory, because I
Oh,
think
it's
that
tomorrow.
requires like more kind of in-depth look at it, but I think it is similar, but it
That's
kind of
funny.
just brings on that same kind of
The fuck's the deal with
uh
planes?
well, I've been
That's
home
so
for a little
stupid.
while here, so
Oh yeah, Kirk, I meant to ask, how long did it take you to render that hour-long presentation? So think about an hour-long presentation for me renders in about probably around 25 minutes, so it takes around the fourth of the time, whatever the length is. So like a 5 hour, like that 5 hour podcast we did, I think that literally took almost 2 hours to render, or about an hour and a half, which wasn't too bad because I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah, was that a reality hint? I was also gonna watch what's his name? Freaking Quantum of Conscious. 35 minutes. Eh, that's not too bad. Could be worse. What is going on? Show the whole thing. Here we go. I'd watched this. I listened to this earlier. Commenter says I'm repetitive. I guess I can watch this. I'm gonna do this. I think this is a boss fight. I'm not fucking sure actually. All the Coomer. Jesus. I forgot I had so much shit on here. The sorceress from Dragon's Crown. Yeah. And her giant fucking melons. Maybe I just need to run from it. I think so. Alright, fuck it. It wasn't a boss fight after all. Let's see. I need a sorceress to match my sorcerer energy. And you think you're gonna be able to find a big titty sorceress nowadays? I think I like the mystic. I think I what? I think I still like mystic better though. Most games that use the term mystic or mysticism seem to be very close to what we experience with this power. Yeah, yeah, you were sharing with me some interesting stuff a couple of days ago. Let's see. Yeah, I think everybody needs a big titty sorceress, traditional wife. All right, let's play Matt's video.
Royals welcome Trump.
We might play something else.
He is Trump.
Let's see. Kirk says there will never be what? There will never be too far. There will never be too far. IMO. The download makes them completely for whatever they are being influenced to think and do. That line always gets me. The fried pussycat line. Yeah, it's too many Christmas movies out there. It is kind of ridiculous. Man, you want to talk about dysfunction though? Man, some of these movies are about family dysfunction, aren't they? Home Alone, Christmas Vacation is a fucking perfect example of Clark, the main character played by Chevy Chase, fucking just hates his family. Motherfucker pretends to love his family and secretly he just can't fucking stand him. He takes any opportunity he can to get away from him. And that's so much dysfunction in both families. It's funny because that's what I mentioned when I talked about marrying into one crazy family and getting away from your other crazy family, like your blood kin. Type of sound reducer is called a dead cat. No, I never heard of that. Home Alone's a good example of dysfunction as well. Jesus Christ, there's just all these movies are just pushing the culture in a certain direction, dude. Um, yeah, but a reoccurring joke is Clark getting away from his crazy in-laws, and by proxy, his own crazy family. He can't really stand his family. It's like he's just working himself to the bone, trying to make the whole movie revolves around him trying to live on nostalgia the way his parents used to have their Christmas their Christmas celebration. He's trying to replicate that and he can't do it because I don't know, man. Why would you expect it to work out that way? It's just not how reality works. Like the mind of a child. Dead cat mic or something. Huh. Look it up. Sound reducer is called a dead cat. Dead cat mic. Dead cat mic. Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what those were called. Huh. Really? What the fuck? Makes me think of a Christmas Story movie with Ralphie. Yeah. Yeah, you can think of Ralphie, the movie with Ralphie, right? Almost like that was Clark Griswold's childhood, and he's trying to replicate that. That would be like making a movie about Ralphie in his 30s or his 40s trying to recreate that Christmas magic, right? And it's a disaster because it's just not the way reality functions. I wonder where these were called a dead cat. Seriously? That's fucking weird. Because I used to always see these little fuzzy things. Hocus Pocus is really good. I love the first Hocus Pocus movie. Hocus Pocus is about the anima and the animus, like just straight up. Um, I'll have to get into that sometime. I can't really spout off about it now. I'll have to rewatch the movie to be able to really recall what I mean. But there's a lot of there's a recurring move or actually an ongoing motif of uh what's his name? They call him Hollywood. Fuck. Dennison? I know his last name is Dennison because it sounds like Dennison, like the everyman, like a kind of a pun. But I forgot his name. Holy shit. I couldn't spell it right at all. The second movie fucking sucked, man. I can't stand that garbage shit. Hocus Pocus 2 was such fucking trash. Was it Max? Yeah, his name was Max. Or my yeah, Max Dennison, because it was the same name as my cat. Max Dennison. So the story is about, to me, in my opinion, him encompassing the animus, like the not the fake animus, but the actual animus. It's a wonderful light had a great message. I believe the three witches are Maiden, Sarah, or Maiden Sarah. Oh, sorry, Maiden Sarah, Mother Mary, and Crone Winifred. Yeah, Max Headroom. Yeah, no, the name Max shows up a whole lot lately. What the fuck? It's the name of my cat. A cat named Max. He's a cutie. Yeah, Hocus Pocus is wonderful. Second movie, not so much. The Max Headroom thing. I didn't even know what the hell Max Headroom was until you mentioned it, Kirk. Um, Maiden, Mary, and Crone. Yeah, pretty much. And Sarah, I mean, fucking Sarah, Mary, and Winifred are pretty much the anima, when it comes to those motifs where, Sarah's obviously a kind of a loose girl or a party girl if you want to. She acts like a meth head now that I think about it. Holy fuck, yeah, she acts like a fucking meth head. And Winifred is the spider mother, the she's got she's got her claws into everything and just a horrible person. It's that Max Headroom shit.
Good morning, class. Cocology. The study of
Yeah, this shit reminded me of
the
Moon Man.
taste. In fact, the taste that stands the test. Yes, the test where new Coke takes on Pepsi, i.e.
That says
Was this the same clown or the same thing in Back to the Future 2?
the new Coke Pop Quiz. Cocologist dismissed. All others pay attention.
When Coke did take on Pepsi in nationwide tests, more people chose Coke over Pepsi. Prove it to yourself. You'll see why more people are choosing the taste of Coke. Catch the wave. Coke.
Yeah, it is sad that Yeah, I agree. I already read your post. It is sad. It is sad what they did with the second movie. Couldn't bring back Max or Allison or Danny. Couldn't even bring back Binks, but no talking. Wait, couldn't even brought back Binks, but no talking cat. Yeah, they brought the cat back, but what the fuck? What's the point? The movie was ass, man. Who cares? Like freaking my wife seemed to like it, but she's kind of a normie, Can't really help that. I hated it. I hated everything about it. It was all about this bullshit fake anima shit, and that's why, thinking back on it, that's why I didn't like it, because it was this girl boss kind of nonsense, sisterly incest vibes that I didn't like, and it's like, holy fuck, man, what a bunch of fucking garbage. It was just straight up like feminist propaganda from start to finish, and I couldn't stand it. And it's just so fucking obvious. It's plastered all over where, the men in the the men in the movie are just a fun bunch of fucking what's it called? Kevin James motherfuckers. Every single one of them. There's not a single strong male figure in that movie at all. And it's like it's just so obvious when they make this feminist propaganda shit, and it gets on my nerves. They just don't even hide it anymore.
Is Max Headroom. And what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Headroom story.
What the fuck?
And afterwards, that is directly following, I want to talk to you about something even bigger, namely, Max Headroom. So,
No comments?
Sit back
relax
Here we are.
and enjoy.
my film.
Is that the Max Headroom incident? That keeps showing up. Yeah, this keeps showing up on the search thing. News report. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's the day after my birthday. Hey, what a coinkydink. Where's their piano music? Let's see if we see any weird synchronicities with this shit.
It's the only way to learn.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
Some dry clothes.
Yeah, go get it, bitch. What? I'm pretty impressed that he hijacked the TV station. Oh yeah, what was the thing? Real quick, where they were like trying to shame one of the characters, one of the teenagers, the boys, for not understanding their feelings or some shit. I remember something like that in the movie. I've only seen it twice. I barely paid attention the second time. But there was a part where it was like this idea of like where the girls are right about something and the guys are just being stupid. You know, that kind of shit. For real? Okay.
He felt a massive electric shock. He died instantly.
The guys have zero emotional intelligence and zero intellectual intelligence. Yeah, they were made to be that way. Yeah, they were made to be that way. It's so fucking goofy. Imagine Granny seeing that suddenly. I wonder how many heart attacks they gave some old people. Trolling before the internet, huh? You'd think they would brag about it, you know? People can't help but brag about these kind of things. It's weird. I bet he's still laughing about it to this day. I always wonder how many people that do these kind of things. I actually brought this up. My wife and I were watching the Ventrilo harassment. Actually, was it the it's freaking the Ring? Nope.
That's weird. Why is it
So these
bouncing
dudes.
there last night? There it is.
Kirk knows what this is already.
That is freaking weird.
So, like 3 rednecks playing World of Warcraft, getting harassed on Ventrilo, and Ventrilo was back then was similar to Skype and Discord nowadays. Ventrilo's still around actually, because I had looked it up, and apparently people still use it, which is fucking weird. And I was wondering to myself, these dudes were probably in their 30s, late 30s, maybe 40s, right? A couple of redneck, good old boys, good old boy types. It is funny, by the way, because they were drinking, and they talk about the beer they were drinking at some point, and it makes me wonder, like that was probably part of the reason they got so popular. This one little incident, because they're relatable or whatever the fuck, like the pot smoking and cigarette shit and all that. But I was wondering to myself, these dudes back then, 17 years ago, right here, 17 years ago, were in their 30s and 40s, and it makes me wonder when I watch these older kind of shenanigans. It's like, are these dudes even still alive? You know what I mean?
Now, how in the hell does it keep doing that? No idea. That is freaky. Hey, Carl, you got a ring.
What do you
there
mean,
last
Kirk?
night.
None of these programs ever die.
Sounds like I must have got 5 of them. Drops your pants? That ain't me saying that either. That's weird. Freaking, it's the aliens. We're in a twilight zone. Okay. I want you to stay in the water, and I'm going to go down here and start clearing. You won't. I got a ring in there last night.
Were they doing BFB?
Ah, jeez.
Oh, Ventrilo's still around? Yeah.
Stay in the water, you should be okay there.
It's like I forgot what I said not even a few
I'm
seconds
gonna put that all
ago.
crazy. I got a ring in there last night. Yeah, I can hear it ringing. Did you get a ring? No, doing it more often. Weird shit only happens to me. I've never seen it do that.
Anyway,
I got.
I don't know. It got me thinking about this kid that did this right here, probably in his 40s or 50s, right? Or if he's even still alive. I mean, very well, like this kid does this and like a week later just fucking dies or something. It's kind of weird to think of it that way.
Movie reviewer. He's one of
Yeah,
the few that I still
that's
watch.
funny.
I don't watch.
Matt's like
Critical
Max
Drinker,
Headroom
Nerd
sometimes.
all
He really
neurotic,
is.
all this horse shit. It's the same old complaint about Star Wars. Complaint. They never come around that obviously all of this is being made.
The big
bad
talking
on
head.
purpose. It's 100% at this point. That doesn't mean those making it, like Cretan creatures like
So it's
Leslie
almost
Headland,
12. It's almost
know
11.
that they're supposed to.
Yeah, I'll
make it
stream for
bad.
like 10 more
The
minutes.
Not just puts complete
call it a day.
delinquents and
My voice is
losers
getting
and
tired.
retreads about how people are being arrested
Yeah.
in the UK because
He
of
glitches when
tweets
he
and
stutters,
posts
just
and
like Max. Yeah,
just
pretty
one
much.
little innuendo.
Yeah, they're trying to make it to where, and this is literal clown world shit here, what I'm about to say. They're literally, I was explaining this to my wife and daughter earlier because they weren't even aware, like, the British government is literally trying to, like, police the internet and make, like, these weird international internet laws to where even if you do insult a trans person, you're living in the United States on YouTube, they can find a way to send the police to your door. They're like literally trying to do shit like that. And Pajit video from today. Oh really? That's funny if that's the case. And it's not like I really keep up with stuff like this. I just happen to see it on my YouTube feed every now and then. It's like, wow, that's fucking clown world shit, man. Like laughing about $4,000 smart fridges showing ads. What is he up to? What's his name again? The cheat. I just know him as the gaming Pajit. I don't know. Oh, some ordinary gamer. That's right. Ordinary. What's this notification about? Whatever. Someone getting butt hurt. In a comment I'm in. Golly, he's fucking hideous, man. What is with Indian people, man? I don't mean to be mean, but the Indian men in particular, And I'm so mean by saying this, but it's like the Indian men in particular are so fucking ugly. Putting ads in our fridges.
And for
Fucking...
some of you watching before my blood pressure goes through the roof, what do you think about this fridge, guys? This Samsung Bespoke 36-inch 4-door flex refrigerator with AI family hubs and AI vision. You know the thing that I love a lot when I get a fridge? Does it have AI? Does it have an AI family hub? You know what I love when I
Not
buy
like
a
I'm that
fridge?
handsome
A
or
fucking
anything, but damn.
screen? A little
He called his
computer
wife his
in there.
partner.
You know, last I remembered, a fridge is meant for one thing: sticking shit in so it don't spoil. How much do you think this fridge
Speaking of
costs
Max
in
Headroom.
Canadian dollaroonies? $4,195.
What is with him?
Talk about the fridge.
What's going on with him right now? I know he's kind of a twitchy person. I've talked about this before, but he's way going crazy. What the fuck? Did he start doing this recently?
Hello, guys.
Stop. Shut up. What is going on?
Hello, guys and gals. That we use in order to.
Is that his new shtick? Maybe it is. He's cracked up. Something's
Hello,
wrong.
guys and gals. I have not verified it entirely. The adult side of things, right? Like this guy.
Did he just do that for that one
guys
video?
And gals. Hey, my love. But I think
Okay.
a lot of these
Whatever, man.
What if the fridge could display ads? You might be wondering. Now, I'm sure there's somebody in the comments who
Okay.
oh my god, Muda, that's a great idea. I wish my refrigerator displayed ads.
He always had goofy
I wish you
reactions
would
like
go
that.
fuck yourself.
That's pretty cool.
Samsung is committed to
I have a Raspberry Pi
and enhancing
3.
everyday... What's innovative about a fucking pop-up ad, motherfucker? Okay, it'd be one thing if you dug up the Rolodex and put the digital strippers on the screen, okay? All right, you know how they had it back in the day? Maybe.
I got it
But
somewhere.
an ad? You know how many ads I have to see every day? At this point, I'm pretty sure they're going to use gamma fucking radiation like Futurama to start beaming the ads into our body. It's just what it is. As part of our ongoing effort to strengthen
Yeah,
the
I found
value,
it.
we are conducting a pilot program to offer promotions and curated
What is-
advertisements on certain
a
Samsung
Raspberry Pi
family hub
3.
refrigerator models in the U.S. market. So I'm assuming the cheapest of the tablet-owning fridges are going to be where the ads are going to be. I don't imagine that $4,000 fucking bespoke Narnia-ass fridge that I showed in the beginning. If that has ads, I swear to God,
Narnia
I'm on
has
the fucking
fridge.
streets, I'm actually going to lose it. As a part of this pilot program, Family Hub refrigerators in the U.S. will receive an over-the-network software update with TNT and
Yeah, I
NFC
want to know
notification.
people,
So if
what
you
kind
have
of
any
people are
these
buying this
refrigerators, God
bullshit
forbid,
too.
maybe it's time for you to turn that Wi-Fi off. Okay, turn that update off. Advertising will appear on certain cover screens. The cover screen appears when a Family Hub screen is idle.
I'll read what Kirk put real quick. I would like to know what people are buying. I would like to know what people are buying these appliances. I've never been to a home with a fridge that has a screen on it. Neither have I.
Ad design format.
Then again, I'm in the middle of Redneck Central, so there's not going to be very many people that adopt this kind of technology, you know?
Ice, your big ass comically large Tom
Oh
and Jerry
yeah,
ass
you know
ice,
what?
put it in the
That's true. Maybe it's true, but I remember seeing a Three Stooges bit, or Three Stooges episode rather, where they were ice delivery men. And I always thought that was weird. I didn't know what that was about. Now that puts it into context. They were literally delivering ice for their icebox.
the motherfucking fridge so you can cool your food down and it don't spoil. You know, we went from that inconvenience to having an actual.
I need to talk about Three
refrigerator.
Stooges more because it's actually a pretty cool window into certain things like inflation and whatnot.
To God, when that probably launched, people thought they were living in the time of the Jetsons. Okay, they were like, "Hold on, honey, 5 years from now, we're gonna be
Yeah, I
flying
agree.
in cars. We're gonna be going
Yeah, he said, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty transphobic.
to the moon. We're gonna colonize
I hope he lives in the United
Mars."
States because the UK
Decades later,
UK
we now
thought
have
police are going to be knocking on his door.
Fucking fridge, boys. Insane shit. You know, I remember when they
God,
launched these
man.
Samsung
How
fridges
long
the
does
first
he
time
go
with these
on?
screens. I was like, trying to do this as like a Rocket Money like sponsorship or whatever. I'm just saying, like, we spend
I got a
lot of
red
fucking money
light.
every month on subscriptions. And then they just keep upping the prices. You know, every year I get like an email from every subscription service. It's like, yeah,
I'll
by
do the
way,
rest of the
Netflix is going from like
stream
$10
like
a month
this.
to like $15 a month, and you're like,
Like way the fuck up here.
first off, hold on. You can boil the frog all you want. Is anything on this service actually worth?
Whoa,
the
my
$10
dudes.
that I'm paying
Hey,
already?
it's Lisa.
The answer is no, but they just keep raising the prices. And they don't just raise the prices. They still
With
have
his
to add the
backwards
ads into
fucking baseball
subscriptions.
cap. Fuck you. Let's see. That's very transphobic. Howdy, Brainiacs. I have a 30-year-old freezer that works awesome. Came with our house. Bonus. Nice. What's up, Lisa? Good to see you. Oh, he's Canadian. He can still be arrested for saying ladies and gentlemen, more than likely.
The whole point I paid for the subscription service was to get past the ads, but I still got to see the ads. oh, by the way, you can only stream it like 480p. Okay,
Maybe that is a magenta light.
Movie through a mouse hole. You know, you want the 4K, you better pony up like 30 a month or something. Okay, bandwidth ain't cheap, and I get it. I understand. Look, I'm not somebody that's wanting to get everything for nothing.
Yeah, Lisa. New appliances don't seem to last over 2 years anymore.
But when it gets to motor vehicles,
yeah,
when it gets to something like this,
our house came with the house we just got a few months ago came with a Samsung oven. Wow, I can't talk. Samsung oven that has a Wi-Fi capability, so you could connect it to your phone and control the temperature and shit from there. It's really stupid, but it came with it, right? We wouldn't get something like that normally. And our fridge, man, it makes me laugh just thinking about it. Our fridge is just, it's a Samsung as well, but it doesn't have like those kind of features. It's really weird that our oven does. Just about a 40-year-old cookie press on eBay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was cool when you were showing me that. Old is gold in the modern reality. Yeah, really.
How do we not
ridiculous.
How do we not have the government jump in and say, yeah, by the way, this is a fucking scam. You paid for the car. You paid for it.
Yeah, well, you know what? What happened to the Better Business Bureau and they used to like protect consumers? What the fuck happened to them? We never hear about them anymore. Like, when was the last time you heard about the Better Business Bureau?
You go once you go to VW and you sign the little paper, okay, you get the vehicle transferred to your title. This is my car, okay? VW can't do shit to this car. I bought everything in that car. If this car could suck my fucking dick, the moment I bought it, it better be able to suck my dick without a subscription service required, okay? God damn. You know, like this whole video, the inspiration for it, I shit you not, is just me sort of.
Oh yeah, I made a similar joke like that because it's like $10 to go to the high school football game and my wife basically calculated how much it would cost for the whole year next year, and we're literally going to spend just to get into the games around $200 between the two of us. And I was like, I looked at her and I said, "Damn, does that come with a hand job or something?" It's like, God damn, fucking 200 Trump dollary dues just to get into a high school football game next year.
Here and there,
for 1
like,
year.
throughout the course of a month or two, and
that doesn't include concessions and all that, so
was the fact that
it's crazy.
Like Samsung, okay? What are they,
You
like
multiply that between so many people, right? That's a lot of dinero.
Not only are they releasing $1,500 plus fridges, okay? These fridges ain't cheap, okay? They're fucking expensive. We live in a time where this shit is expensive. These are expensive products. They're selling them to us, and then they're stuffing them full of ads. We are buying motor vehicles, thousands of dollars, and they still want to nickel and dime you. Just to rip it down the road and enjoy it, man. They're really trying to nickel and dime you on the tiniest.
It still doesn't cover the costs of maintaining those fields.
Goddamn.
I don't know what kind of cost goes into. Fuck this dude. I don't know what kind of cost goes into maintaining those fields. It's probably an ass load. It is I do live in a town that's very heavy on their football, so especially high school. High school football is all about high school football in this stupid fucking place. Should see our local high school with 3 football fields and 3 big. Wow, dude, really? That's wild. I believe it. It's all about, exploiting our kids, and I don't fucking know, man. It's twisted shit that makes me really uncomfortable, and I'm not sure why. It's funny. I remember growing up as a kid, like, I'd have to go to football games being part of the band, the marching band. It always made me uncomfortable, just this idea of, like I explained in another video where it's like a circus show, like a circus act, for everybody, putting these young boys into these crazy situations. They would get way too much funding. It's nuts. Yep. And I actually brought it up because the junior high band director seemed like he really needs an assistant band director. It's like, damn, you can't pony up for another fucking salary for an assistant band director. Like all the money they put into the junior high football games and all that other bullshit. It's like they can't even. The equipment the coaches have, right? They got 3 coaches just fucking standing around with their little headsets, like expensive ass headsets. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Half the time they're not even wearing them because they'll take them off and start talking to each other. Like, what the fuck's the point? Y'all spend all this money on this equipment, and it's like you could just fucking like give the fucking band a little bit of extra those Trump bucks, and some of that tax money, some of my tax money. It's a fucking scam, dude. In Europe, thrift stores are maintained like an antique shop. Everything is clean and displayed beautifully, so different from the USA. That's what Lisa just said. Kirk says all teachers bitch about not being paid enough. Of course they do, even though they get 3-month vacation and 2 pensions or whatever it's called. They don't tell you that. I remember in the fifth grade specifically, there was one crippled bitch that used to be a teacher there. Well, my homeroom teacher or whatever it's called would always complain about that because she was one of those, that she was one of those girl power feminists that try to seep in her little propaganda when she would teach us things. Thinking back on it, I realized that's what she was doing, and she would always bitch about how they weren't getting paid enough and all that, and saying like, those 3 months we don't get paid for those 3 months. It's like, bitch, as an adult thinking, I was like, those 3 months that you're off for the summer, that's part of your salary. Like, your part of your salary already covers that. You stupid skank. She was such a nasty woman, man. I'm pretty sure she's dead. It's a special place in hell for people like her. Kirk says USA thrift stores are shit vast majority of the time. Yeah, I agree. I've been to a few thrift stores here and it's just hodgepodge, like a hodgepodge of just fucking junk. What's this idiot up to? Shut up and consume. The most delusional CEO in gaming. Do I really want to watch that? There's a new phrase being used. It's called quiet quitting. Yeah, I've heard that in more in the sense of like when you're at work and like let's say you got 10 minutes to go and you just kind of hang around and not do anything. I mean, I'm guilty of that, but usually when I'm working, I usually work till the minute just because I don't like being bored. But Kirk says my dad effectively got only 16 days off a year, and he has worked there for 40 years. Yeah, that's crazy. He should have been job hopping, like people usually do. I should be job hopping. Really, I could probably find a better job, a better job with better pay. Work there for a year or two, move, just keep job hopping like most people do.
And that's a big
Let's
story.
get back
He was
in
arrested in the airport, and
for a little bit.
It almost seems like a not milk setup to me, with me knowing nothing.
We're going
about
for a little. I was about to call it quits, but since Lisa's here, I'll go on for a little bit longer.
They do have. They immediately went public with the recording of him being arrested. You hear him saying, "I'm being arrested."
It's a diss on teachers who won't work over their contract, like coming in an hour early and staying an hour late. It's a diss on teachers who won't work over their contract, like coming in an hour earlier, staying an hour late. I don't like. Oh, I see what you're saying now. The new phrase called the quiet quitting thing is a diss on teachers. I gotcha. I don't like. I mean, that's just me. I see them as public servants, so I see teachers, especially grade school teachers, as propagandists, or all teachers really. University professors, they can all fuck themselves. I have a very, very low opinion on government workers in general.
And I know the recording is necessary per UK law or whatever, but it's a little too perfect. I mean, the Not Milk doesn't do this stuff quietly. They want the masses in a roundabout way manner if you arrest high profile people, whether they're in on it or they're just being used. And it just seemed a little too perfect. But either way,
I can't imagine being a teacher in today's classrooms. Yeah, me either. The kids do kind of seem out of control in a way, but this always goes back to parenting, single mother households, and all that jazz. And nobody ever wants to talk about it. Nobody talks about it. I'm the only person on the planet, besides maybe Jesse Lee Peterson, that talks about it, and maybe other conservative, idiots. But even the conservatives, assholes, who claim they're all about family won't even talk about it. They won't point anything back to the mother ever. And the problem with single mother households and all that. They'll always say single parent households. It's like no. Single mother households. Let's get it right. Kirk says female teachers are especially bad with the propaganda pushing. Oh yeah. Like I explained, my fifth grade teacher, who happened to be in a wheelchair, she had polio when she was a girl and never got treated for it. But yeah, she was really bad about pushing her little feminist bullshit. She was awful. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her. She's a terrible, terrible person. Lisa says the modern student doesn't have parents who care. They eat poison. There's no discipline in their home. Yep, 100%. The conservatives, Kirk says. Yeah, pretty much. And it's sad because I do kind of consider myself more of a conservative than anything. Marco Polio.
way.
Yeah, she was one of those.
Guess,
she was one of those people that were super sensitive about their their affliction, even though she needed help doing everything. Like, I remember a particular, I happened to be in the same classroom with the mayor's son. I remember his name too. His name was Jesse. And he was such a little kiss ass. Like he was the one that will help her out of her chair, help her get in her little scooter, help her with her little what's it called? Her braces and all that. And he was pretty sure he's doing well now because he's under the dragon's wing, right? His father was the mayor, but he was a little kiss ass. I couldn't stand him. Like he was one of those people I wanted to beat up just for existing because he was such a little oof. Like just people you want to beat up, man. She probably liked the attention from being a cripple. Yeah, she really did. Um, I did not like her.
You know, I'm sorry being all over the place.
In retrospect, I don't like her. That's the weirdest part because I remember being in her classroom, I liked her. But the more I realized what a terrible person she was for trying to push all this propaganda and the way she treated me a lot of times, she didn't like boys. I realized that as an adult, it's like, oh, she didn't like boys. She just liked to push her little agenda. Fucking
I
twisted,
thought
man.
In the old century, the Not Nilk didn't have the digital twin modeling, and they didn't have the AI simulations, and they could predict what you're going to do before you do it. Or part of part two, the work is whenever possible try to break those scripts. So we're not so predictable.
I was going to play the Goonies, but I guess I'm just going to close the window.
But it was more conservative in the last century because it didn't have the AI.
I'm lost on
the
Silk
digital
Song right
twin
now, so I can't really
model.
play that until I find out where I'm
And
going first.
It was in terms of what it tried to get away with, it was more conservative. And to me, I believe the metaphysics of the old century, old millennium, was actually different. The reality itself.
Let's see, Kirk says I used to like school and be somewhat of a kiss ass, but then when I got out of the school system after a few years, I realized how awful it was. Yeah, I don't think you would have been as bad. When you say kiss ass, the impression I get is that you just like talking to your teachers as people, and this dude, I don't know, the vibe I got from him was always like up their assholes in a way where it's like he's trying to, like they're being nice to him because he's the mayor's son, and he's like reciprocating because he knows he's getting attention from being the mayor's son, kind of deal.
Itself was different in some ways versus what this reality is. We could talk about all the possibilities sometime. Did they actually move reality off to the side when they submitted the 7-Eleven job application for convenience store employment? It's possible. It is possible. That's how you could potentially explain things like stalled century.
I'm starting to disagree with that point of view more, less and less, the more we kind of get into this idea that we create reality, right? I haven't got my thoughts 100% straight on it though. Let's see, Kirk says, yeah, never had nepotism power like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I was saying I seriously doubt you're a totally different person than this other under the dragon's wing kid creature that I'm talking about.
And these losers get into certain positions and they never go away, like Larry Kudlow, things like that. But
hey, how's it going?
They're in this century.
D1 on PS5? What does that mean? Diablo 1? Let's see, is the Matter's son black? The Matter's Mator? What does that mean?
Per the perfect digital twin modeling and AI simulations, I think they and the additional. I'm sorry, you people yelling at me, crying out in the night. I can hear you rising up out of your bathtub, throwing rubber duckies. See, Matt, the people today, it's not just the metaphysics of the reality. The like you say, the ship of fools, the mind control, the frequency, the download everyone's on is at a completely different level. If it even existed in 1960 or 1970, it existed to some degree.
I've definitely experienced the manifestation thing. Oh yeah.
And I'm so long-winded. I'm sorry. It is possible that you couldn't even push.
I experience that every hour of every day, pretty much,
over the edge or too far, where they'll start acting out the end of V for Vendetta, and order up the Guy Fawkes masks and actually push back. You know, that we've talked about going out and rallying against it with signs, and that's exactly what it wants. And that's exactly what it wants out of the people in terms of its energy harvesting and its loosh and the reaction that it actually tries to create in a lot of people. But is there ever a point where it could make a mistake or push too far? and where the reaction from the people is
Lisa says I definitely experienced a manifestation thing, and now I'm more careful about what I want to manifest. Yeah, that's a good way to. It's a good way to go about life. Um, Maybe think about that woman. If you haven't seen it yet, Lisa, check out my video where I talk about. I'll just put it on here. It's called I don't care if you have cancer, where I talk about this Asian lady that I used to work with, that I hadn't seen in a while, right? I explain it more in the video, but she kept, as she was telling me her story, she kept talking about her cancer and all that, and she kept bringing it up. She kept saying, "I have cancer," "I have cancer, I have cancer," and I had to stop her after a while. I was like, "I want you to try this thing where it's like, stop saying I have cancer, especially in your own mind. Start basically, I explain it more in the video. I can't really get into it now, but it's like basically a mind over matter situation where you just have to literally change your mindset about this idea of kind of have a bit of a detachment about your mind and body, right? That's what I was kind of explaining to her. I explained it. I explained it better in this video, so that's why I recommend watching it because I can't feel like I can't really spout off right now because it's almost midnight. Let's see. Kirk said too many cat tarot cards. That's my weird manifestation for today. Usually I'm the one usually I'm the one manifesting cats. Geez, now I think it's everybody, to be honest. Lisa says I haven't checked that one out yet. I'll check it out. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's pretty good. I mean, if I'm gonna toot my own, if I'm gonna suck my own dick, it's decent presentation.
is
I
not
think I had actually two stories, and the I don't care if you have cancer story is the second half, so you can kind of skip the first one if you want. I don't remember what I say in the first half actually.
what they expected. And I'm not sure that's possible today. I'm not sure that's possible today because of the digital twin and the AI modeling. In terms of, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, at the micro level all the way up to the macro, it's running simulations and modeling. And you, it actually has you.
Kirk says, I wish I could suck my own dick. I wouldn't talk so much. That's funny.
In its simulation with every piece of information it's ever been able to collect up on you. Originally putting in every information it has on it is your straw man. It is the digital straw man, the name or the first name in all caps, the last name in all caps. Everything it is ever collected up on you, but then adding to that is every single comment you've ever made under a video, every single tweet, every single email. Who knows how many vocal samples, phone conversations.
He's glitching out again.
Anything, everything. It's anything.
That's how you know he's real.
If you look the wrong way at a traffic camera in New York City.
See, Lisa says, I'm trying to stay away from manifesting dumb material things, trying to be in and stay in contentment. Yeah, the last weird thing I manifested physically was this 32-inch monitor. I could show it real quick. That was the weirdest fucking thing. Matt Headroom. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna show it real quick. I don't remember the circumstances. Oh yeah, I was talking about getting a new monitor for like weeks. Maybe not even weeks, maybe like a month or two. I was talking about getting a new monitor and I was researching them a little bit. And then Walmart, it's got a cam only. Here we go. So Walmart, this big one right here. Walmart accidentally sent us this 32-inch TV. It's actually a TV, not a monitor. This is my other monitor. It's like a curved, back when how do I put it? It was like a fad to have these curved monitors. They don't really do shit, but it was cheap enough. Is it buffering? It says 0 drop frames on my end. But this was the 32-inch monitor that Walmart sent on accident. I'm gonna keep talking as if it's not happening. That Walmart sent us on accident. They meant to send it to another address. We tried to return it. Walmart said to just keep it, so we ended up keeping it. And that was my weird manifestation, because I had been talking about getting a new monitor for a long time. Yeah, those are my posters. See, there's Max Moorhead. Mini cute. And I think I talked about that poster once. There's Friday from Landstalker. And I got another one over here. And that's just random art from 4chan that I need to get some, what's it called? Tack it? Sticky tack? Whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah. Wonder why it started dropping frames. Probably because I switched to camera mode. It's fucking stupid.
And it'll digital model your facial imprint. It's put in everything, and it ultimately is it. And I'm sorry to get ahead of myself. Some will say it might be there now in terms of what I'm about to say. Will it be able to predict how you will react to a certain news headline or whatever may happen in the world? Is it able to predict how you will react before, and perfectly predict before you actually react? And everybody here listening to me is saying, of course. So in the old days, or in the last century, who knows what tools it had available to it besides its old ancient spells and its knuckle bones to predict what populations would do or how populations would react. I think it had to be more conservative in what it tried to get away with. And that's kind of
I'm laughing at Kirk.
roundabout.
Kirk says Bill needs to make a Max. Oh my god, Bill needs to make a Matt Headroom poster. Yeah, that would be incredible. He kind of moves around like Max Headroom a little bit.
Winded fashion. That's what I'm trying to say here, where it knows exactly what, on the macro level, what populations will do today, because it just has to plug the scenario into its continuously running.
See, Lisa says, I wonder if we all manifest our afterlife. If you are an atheist, you manifest yourself into nothingness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think Matt has talked about that as some like strange being approaches you and offers you a dualistic choice after you're dead, and they offer you a dualistic choice. That's how you know it's kind of bullshit. I don't have my thoughts 100% clear on that, actually. But to me, a dualistic choice meaning heaven or hell or whatever, right? Where they weigh your soul against a feather or some bullshit, whatever the Buddhists, not the Buddhists, or whatever these fucking idiots say. To me, I mean, I agree with Matt like 100%. It's like if you're presented with something like that, you're approached by some fucking weirdo in a cloak asking you to make some weird dualistic choice. It's how you know they're full of shit, even if they are asking if you want to go back and do your life over or some weird bullshit like that. Matt did a bit of rocking like DSP for a moment there. He kind of does.
On the macro level,
he moves around a lot.
Will do today, because it just has to plug the scenario into its continuously running digital twin simulation. I don't know exactly what they have, if they've completely modeled Colossus, the Forbin project, or that movie's hard. They say it's very hard to find. It's completely predictive as to the scary places the AI could go. When I heard 8 or 9 months ago that it was very hard to find copies, I was able to find from a seller a DVD. It was still like, I don't know, like $24. But this is the movie, that Colossus, the Forbin project, the scary predictor of where AI could go. The thing just starts to take over everything, and it's basically, you can't watch it on demand anywhere. It's just they're trying to wipe it out, it seems like. Anyway, I've made a video on that movie. I've talked about it before. So who knows what they had available in the 70s and 60s and 70s. They had to, that's the reason, in my opinion, they had to move a bit more slowly, and they had to be more professional in their presentation. It had to be more believable, more legitimate, and that one could argue that the mind control.
Lisa says, this may sound odd, but not sure the Christian heaven is my favorite afterlife scenario. Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I mean, I think Futurama made a whole movie based on that, where they end up in heaven, and heaven is just kind of boring. What was that, Beast with 1,000 Backs or something like that? I forget the exact name of it, but Kirk said I bob my leg a lot of the time, so I can't talk shit about rocking. The Christian heaven would quickly become hell. Yeah, I think so too. I don't believe in heaven or hell, just to make that clear. I don't know. I don't believe in either of them. Neither of them Neither of that. Like I said, I think it's just a matter of what you manifest, what you end up, what you believe your entire life is what you end up manifesting in the afterlife, or once your soul leaves this body, it's just a continuation of your life, in my opinion. There's no there's not necessarily an end. It's just another chapter, if that makes sense.
And the download and the ship of fools and the frequencies, of course, wasn't the same over the population in general. Of course, it wasn't. What was it? Just 5% of what it is today? Was the mind control just 10% of what it is today? I'm sorry. Hold on. At least I'm aware. I'm aware of it this time. I know. I know when I'm doing it. I won't do it too much. There was one video where I went back and played back. I was like touching my. I'm sorry. Where today.
Oh, excuse me. Lisa says, pretty sure I don't want to come back here. I don't know. Sometimes. Because this reality's hilarious. I don't know if I'd be totally against coming back here as something else, you know? Maybe we can come back as cats. Kirk says, as I said my own view on it, paradise would be just as bad as eternal hell. Yeah, I think so too. And even Oblivion has an interesting take on that paradise being hell's sort of concept at the end of the main story. Oh, I would never know about that. I didn't play it all the way through.
It's just and it's only going to get even more predictive from their digital twin perspective. They just plug in a scenario. What happens if any scenario? I'm sure that there's a dam that feeds.
Oh yeah, that reminds
city,
me.
and if it were to break, or
back when I first started work with Karina, that Mexican lady I've talked about a few times, the one who I got to wake up to the nonsense. She had asked me, what did she ask me? She asked me like the cliche platitude a Christian does, where it's like, would you like to spend the rest of your afterlife with your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, or something like that? And I took her seriously. I didn't try to mock her or anything. I paused for a while. I paused for like 30 seconds, and I finally told her I don't know, because I didn't know, because I never really gave it a lot of thought until that moment. And I didn't want to make up something, right? Because I don't want to be one of these assholes that just, oh yeah, I want to do that. Let me get on my hands and knees. Fuck that. I just told her I don't know, and I didn't understand why I said that, and I had to think about it for a while. And the next day, as I was working, it actually hit me why I said I don't know. And the reason was because it would be admitting to, how do I word this? It would be admitting that there's something wrong with this life, you know? And in my opinion, as much suffering there is, I don't think there's anything wrong with the life I'm living, or the life I have with having a daughter and a wife and all that. Because I was thinking of them when she asked me that, and if I were to say yes, I want to go to heaven, it would be an admittance to that there's something wrong with this life that God has given me, right? And that's why I couldn't give her an answer, and that's why I didn't give her an answer until the next day. And I think a lot of people, Kirk just says no, but I think that's why a lot of people, they just say yes, right? Oh yes, I want to go to heaven, and they never think about it again, and they don't realize kind of the how to put it, the witchcraft or the spellcraft involved in admitting to things like that. And I didn't want to lie. Like, it was like immediate conflict inside of me when I felt compelled to give an answer, and I didn't give an answer. If that makes sense. Let's see. Reading the chat. Yeah, Kirk just says no immediately. Did you ever see the scene with the Buu saga in Dragon Ball Z, just before Vegeta sacrifices himself? No, I don't think so. If you want to provide me with a link, I'll watch it real quick on Discord. Yeah, link it to me on Discord real quick. I'll watch it. Please, sir. That sensible Saiyan guy uploaded a video recently. I'll find it. Yeah, go ahead. Just tag me on Discord when you got it, if you don't mind.
What would happen? And most importantly, it's a bad example, because that's not something that.
So Lisa says the reality is difficult for me because I get upset about abusive behavior, whether it's the mistreatment of animals, children, the elderly, or abortion. When I see it or hear about it, it hurts my soul. Yeah, I get you. The only thing that tends to really bother me lately, and I wish it wouldn't, is the whole abortion thing because I kind of went off. I didn't go off, but I ranted about the subject earlier with my wife and daughter because the research I've done regarding the that little fucking demon woman Margaret Sanger was essentially a Nazi, right? And I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, you need to punch all Nazis. Not one of those people, okay? But I was putting an emphasis on the fact that she was a Nazi, that she was a white supremacist, because that's what normies react to, right? And I have to treat my wife and daughter as normies. So I made a point and said, the whole abortion thing, why they put it into low-income neighborhoods, they put it into black, Hispanic neighborhoods, is because it's population control. Okay, abortion is population control, 100%. And I said it's always been population control. It was invented to be that way by this little demon bitch Margaret Sanger, if you believe the history, right? But this was originally supposed to be a eugenics program that was abortion, all right? And nobody thinks about it, and this has become normalized. This has become so normalized. This eugenics thing has been normalized by women, and it's been propagandized to feminists, and the feminists just eat it up. They just eat up the slop, right? And that's what bothers me about it, and that's what caused me to kind of rant about it earlier because nobody fucking talks about that shit. Let's see. Sent the link on Discord. Alright, thanks. I'll check it out in a second. I don't think Margaret Sanger was a female. Oh, really? Well, what makes you say that? Alright, let's watch the DBZ thing real quick.
After the loss, Vegeta has a touching moment with his son one last time before knocking him and Goten unconscious to protect them from what's going to happen next. While Majin Buu is on his way back, Vegeta has a powerful conversation with Piccolo. Out of all the Z fighters, Piccolo understands him the most because he's literally been down the same road. The mutual respect here and just the quiet, slow pace of the scene. You really feel the weight of what Vegeta's about to do. See, that's the thing about DBZ, they don't try to do too much to make these scenes emotional, they just are. Vegeta asks if he'll see Goku in the other world, and Piccolo just tells him like it is. I don't know how to break this to you.
Oh, yeah.
No. Goku devoted his life to helping other people, but you spent yours pursuing your own selfish desires. You caused way too much pain. Look at the subtle eye twitch of fear, but he doesn't waver because he's not fighting for himself anymore. He's fighting for his family, even for his biggest rival, and for the planet that he once tried to destroy.
I think I finally understand you. Let's go!
Vegeta's sacrifice, man, everything about this was just perfect. The lines, the music, the long-term storytelling being wrapped up into a perfect bow. Thank you guys for watching. Next time, we're...
I'm laughing at what Lisa said. Yeah, Kirk, I remember that now. When Piccolo tells him no, yeah, that's fucking crazy deep. I wish all Dragon Ball Z moments were like that, but it's so fucking boring to watch sometimes. You think Margaret Sanger was a man in a dress, huh? I'm not saying you're wrong, but... Man, I don't know. I've watched interviews with her. You think it's a weird trans person, or maybe like a patsy or a scapegoat? That's something I'll consider. I'm looking at pictures right now. Let's see, I'll move it over. There she is, little demon bitch herself. But anyway, for now, I'll treat this as a female. And I make it a point to bring up the fact that it was a woman that was in charge of this white supremacy thing. Not that I believe in those terms, okay? I don't really believe in terms like racism and white supremacy. I'm just using those words for the normies because it's easier for them to digest and understand. Let's see, Kirk says, yeah, channels like that is the only way I can watch those DBZ scenes. Way too much filler bullshit in between, yeah. I know how you feel. Lisa says, I don't think they could have hired a woman to be the spokesperson for abortion. I think they could have. I think they could have. I think they had to. Because women, I mean, you have to sell this to women. And women are the top consumers of, you know, bullshit and propaganda and anything, really. You can sell anything to a woman, you know. Looks a little Yiddish. Looks a little Jewish man to me. Looks like a little Jewish man to me. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But, like I said, it's easy to propagandize to women. It's easy to sell things to women in that manner. All you need is the right face, the right words, and they'll eat it up. and the men will just go along in it. Men will go along with it because they can't say no, because they're pussy whoop little Kevin James bitches, and that's the facts. Kirk says women do some evil shit when it comes to children. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, just think of the, jeez, man, just being a 4chan person for so long. Okay, just the models, you know, the children models that get thrown out there. Look, it's not men, like the fathers aren't the ones taking the children to these model agencies and getting them half naked. This is coming from the mothers. Just 1,000% coming from the mothers. There's no way in hell, no way in fucking hell that fathers are putting their children through that. And I'm not saying there aren't evil men out there that abuse children, but it's usually coming from the mothers, alright? Eyes are very far apart. I think it's a prominent brow ridge. You think so? Like I said, I'm not disagreeing. But the fact of the matter is, even if this is a dude, even if it is a dude, still being presented as a woman, you know? To the hoi polloi, right? To the normies. The normies on the download. Yep. Anyway, let's see. What are we doing? I'll go on for like 5 more minutes and we'll call it a night. It's almost midnight my time.
Like the current situations.
If you got anything else you want to get off your chest,
friction and energy
now's the time.
It's not a great example, but the point is they could plug in anything, and they know, you know, what did they call that in my old it was called statistics back in the day, and I'm sitting in the class in Penn State and they call it quantitative business analysis, QBA. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, after a few days, it's just like that's just a statistics class. Why don't you just call it that?
Man, Kirk, you really ruined my the way I see Matt now. I really do just see Max Moorhead now. I don't know how to tie my shoes.
QBA, but the one thing I remember from that horse shit is the you do a standard deviation of you know, plus or minus 3%, whatever it may be, your predictive modeling, and how, you know, what would be the standard deviation, if I'm even using that word correctly, on the chances it may be incorrect. And it's the Terminator. It'll never stop.
I don't know how Matt would do. I don't know if Matt would do well in the live stream situation. I mean, I thought I wouldn't be able to, but I think I'm doing fine considering all things, having to really speak off the top of my head and whatnot. Matt's talked about how he doesn't want to do a live stream because he thinks it's kind of gay, you know, waiting for people to join the stream and all that. But I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You can do a local recording with OBS. So, like I said, I'm gonna put the live stream unlisted, and then I'm gonna do a separate. I'm recording locally. That way I can smash all the talky parts together, so it won't be so boring. That would be a keyboard party. Let's see. Kirk says closest we get is a trip to the King of Prussia Mall. Yeah, pretty much. Oh fuck! Damn it, Kirk. That's what I wanted to watch tonight. Dang. How long is it? Let's see. It's under my playlists. Watch later.
Garden party.
Stop. The garden party. This was it. No. Right. It wasn't that. You just reminded me what I wanted to watch tonight. Motherfucker.
Oh.
Was it this? Where he's riding around? I guess it is. It's 23 minutes long. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. 23 minutes ain't that bad. Let's see. Live stream allows the subs to engage. Yeah. Matt looking at $1.3 McMansions being built. Was this the video?
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah, I wanted to watch this one. Okay, I'm gonna go and watch it. Fuck it.
All
it's only
right.
20 minutes.
It's that time of year. Outdoor pools.
I'm not tired or anything. My voice is just starting to hurt.
Tests. Outdoor pools and fire tests. That's what I'm talking about. Who needs vacations? Who needs... I'm not even joking. Who would even need to go
like
anywhere?
his setup.
Honestly,
cool.
A trip to Europe? Oh, gross. No, thank you. Outdoor pools Stacking bricks. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, this is it here. Exton Walk. Okay, I got it wrong. It said starting in the 1.2 millions. Like it didn't even know how to write correctly. Okay, guys, I got it wrong. This is the Exton Walk. It said starting at 1.2 millions. I'll just say 1.2 million, not 2 million. Okay, I got that wrong. I said it absolutely wrong in the video. Starting at 1.2 million for this? There it is. There's the sign. I told you I was. Now they've changed that. They've changed that from the low 1 millions. It said from 1.2 millions. It said 3 or 4 months ago. They've lowered because nobody's. I guess nobody's buying
for
these
real.
pieces of shit. They've lowered it. That's the sign. You just bought one of those homes at Exton Walk, young man? Yeah, man. That's why I'm taking the bus. You had to leverage everything for those pieces of I'm taking the bus.
Yeah,
for 8
probably,
years.
Lisa.
We put everything into our Exton Walk.
I'd be worried
home.
about trolls
What
too
you
if I
gonna
was
do when
Matt.
the price of heating oil goes up by double? What are you going to do when it costs $900 a month to air condition your house? Didn't think about it. And make sure you get a quality cover too. Something very aesthetically pleasing for the neighbors, like this. Now I got a little filter. That's why I cut them out. I got a filter, an in and out for a filter. I'm gonna try that. Oh man, look at that. Get an aesthetically pleasing cover. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, these condos are all new.
He's having way too much fun with
They're
this
probably
video.
like, I'm gonna look it up after the 600 grand or something for these pieces of shit. Look at that. It's probably like paper mache between you and your neighbor. You can hear him screaming in there. I told you not to come home at 2 in the morning. That's like my neighbors used to be in LA, and the walls were actually pretty thick, and I can hear him screaming. I said it absolutely wrong in the video. Starting at 1.2 million for this? What? This is, guys, this is the place. Again, it was not 2 million. Starting at 1.2 million. You gotta be shitting me. Look at, for this little piece of shit.
I think he gets
Look
bots.
at this.
I think he gets bot trolls too. Yeah, I think so too.
Look at this.
He probably takes them seriously too and doesn't realize they're bots.
Clean the roads. Clean the roads.
I'm just gonna lower the volume instead of pausing. See, I don't think anyone lives in those apartments. At least they don't seem to. At least they don't seem to around my area.
No, I didn't see this.
There's a lot of shit on the street, man. What's the deal with
I
it?
swear to you, it said starting at 1.2 millions. I mean, they probably got 70 immigrants in that home. 1.2 million. Look at all this construction. Who's buying these places? Look at this. 3 things a man can do all day: watch sports, watch a fire, watch another man work. I should just pull over and watch this guy all day until he chases me away.
Matt drives a truck, doesn't he?
I'll look it up, guys. I will show you the listings for these places. Exton Walk. I didn't realize till I drove back here how big this is. What you got? 1/1000th of an acre? For 1.2 million?
Yeah, that's
1.2
wild.
millions? You don't even have 1/16th of an acre.
I mean, we paid
Look at this.
we paid 60K for this chunk of land, so it came with the house.
1.2 million. You got squash tigers over there. It says squash tigers. You can play
My dead
squash
mother
over
paid
there.
for
That's
that.
convenient if you buy one of these places. Look at this. I don't even know where this goes. I'm lost. Did we leave the township? Well, that's good to know that that's there, that trash can. I'm gonna dump in that. I'm an illegal dump in that. That house is actually historic. They about 10 years
I do
ago,
shit
they
like that all the
redid
time,
this
actually.
Old historic house. It was
I stopped giving a fuck
crumbling.
after a while.
I'm sure it's probably 200 years old. This place will outlive those places. No doubt about it. This 150
Yeah, that was.
years
I
from
got
now,
a.
that
We
place
got a
will be
really
here.
good deal on this
Those
property.
Pieces, those Toll Brother pieces of shit we just looked at. There it is. There's the sign. I told you I was. Now they've changed that. Okay,
Like
that's the
nowadays.
sign I saw originally on the other end.
Nowadays, if I see a dumpster, I'll just clean out my car. I don't even give a fuck anymore.
1.2 million, so lowering the price. They're desperate mofos.
I've illegally dumped plenty of times. Yeah, I
You know,
don't
it's
give
hot
a
as
fuck
shit here
anymore.
today,
No one's
so
gonna
this
say
ain't gonna
anything.
work. But you want hot tub? You want hot tub, old man? If you want hot tub, what you do is you just place this mofo. You place this Chinese-made mofo right down in there like that. Right down in there like that.
What is that?
Hopefully the little red light comes on so you don't get electrocuted. What does it say? It says, burning when lack of water. These pieces of shit, they're about 35 bucks. I mean, a great value. They're all Chinese made. They come with directions that aren't even good English. They don't even speak English good like me. And they basically say, if you get in that water with this mofo in there, plug
Yeah,
in,
Kirk, nobody
there's
enforces
a
the dumps, you know, illegal
what's gonna
dumps,
happen. You're
what's it called,
Dude,
illegal
if you get
dumping
one of
shit.
this
Nobody
will make
cares.
a freaking hot tub if you wait 3 or 4
Oh, it's a
hours
water
under this
heating wand,
tub.
yeah. I didn't know what
But
that was.
never get in with this Chinese-made mofo. This will, you know what, your ass. Always unplug this son of a bitch first. Okay, this one is under construction. It's a, I mean, you know, look, I mean, is it worth, it's not even worth 300,000 in my opinion. Forget 1.2 million, or now it says from 1 million.
As long as you're not
But
misgendering.
I mean, it's big, but, you know, your heating cost is going to be 1.2 million. Your air conditioning cost, what kind of air
As
conditioning
long as
you
you're
putting in that thing,
illegal
man?
dumpster dumping while misgendering.
Gonna cost you, buddy.
All of my trash goes by zero.
Laborers training. That's where they train for welding and stuff. Those are the only people soon that'll be able to afford these places. Laborers, plumbers, and electricians are the new aristocracy. Plumbers and electricians and certain types of laborers are the new bourgeoisie of this society. No doubt about it. Corporate.
That's a good point.
Management. Your time's
I think he's
through.
joking.
You're done.
I think he's kind of joking, but yeah, I kind of see that. Maybe the construction fuckers, you know, the people who run the unions, really are in cahoots with these idiots making these useless homes, you know?
Time's done. Look at that. Look at that Soviet housing. Look
Soviet
at that.
housing.
I mean,
I love
that's
unhinged. I, mean,
right
I don't
out.
know, real quick, I don't know what's going on with Matt. He seemed a little unhinged like the past few months, and I kind of love it.
St. Petersburg or Leningrad. Look at that. 1.2 million. I'm going to keep saying what it was. Sorry, I know it says from the low 1 millions. I'm gonna
See,
keep
Kirk
saying
says
what
they
it
100%
was.
are.
I'm
Lisa
not
says
gonna-
I have to
that's what they
remember
were
to
trying
go
get for
back
these
and make sure my
places.
words haven't been changed.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
even
hate
have
that
1/16th of
auto-correct
an
shit.
acre. I should ask this guy some questions. He doesn't know anything. Leave him alone, Matt. This guy. What kind of air conditioning you put in there, boy?
Oh, wow. He kind of looked black, too. Let's see, Kirk says they just constantly build shit to keep these construction companies busy. Yep. Just laundering money. See dollar signs in their eyes, you know? Oh man, I'm gonna have like 3 hours to edit. Jesus Christ. Hey, twos. Nice.
That's the fuck. You spend 1.2 million and that's the fucking deck they're gonna put on it? Look at that. What a freaking ripoff. Put a real deck on it. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, really. Man, I want to see. He's right though. Like, I want to see that stretched all the way around the house if you're gonna pay 1.2 million for that piece of shit.
Put a real deck
These are 1.2 million for real? Yeah, that shit better wrap around the whole house. Holy fuck.
on it. That
Whatever
ain't
happened to
nothing.
woodshop in high school? I think they still got programs like that. See, Kirk says, also it fools the idiots to thinking the economy is still booming, just build more shit that'll never be bought. Yep. Some Chinese landowners
Nails.
put some cardboard housing up.
Okay, guys, if it's a very special day, I get some Wawa. That's what I'm talking about. Turkey, or not turkey, with tuna fish or chicken salad. If it's really a special day, I come over here and get some Wawa. They all turn into super Wawas with gas station. This ain't no regular gas station. They got some good sandwiches, really good sandwiches. Now, the Exton Walk is, these condos are actually part of the Exton Walk, those $1 million homes that we were looking at. Okay, here we are. Home sweet home.
You know, it's funny. I thought Wawa was one of his hobo codes for the longest time. It's like, oh, Wawa is actually a thing.
There's the
I did not
Wawa.
know that.
This is just a small portion of these. I mean,
I'm from the
they're
South,
all the
man.
way back. I mean, there's just hundreds and hundreds of these things. And then there's the selling point to these buyers. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, here it is. NV Homes. It was a little harder to find than I thought. It's probably like Toll Brothers and Lennar Homes and all that pulling that Chinese fabricated pieces of shit. Let's take a closer look
Three
at
baths.
the Dresden model. If each
Two-car
type of
garage.
model is classification as a cutesy
$1
little
million.
name
That's a lot of
$100
nines.
At least in Poltergeist, they said, well, I can't tell the difference really between Phase 3 and
They're
Phase 4.
fucking serious with these
At least
nines.
in Poltergeist, they just called it Phase. They
See, Lisa
put
says, I
cutesy
mean,
little
Minecraft
names
is
on
cool,
them,
but
like
actually
Dresden.
building a
This
structure
looks
out of
like
wood
one
is
of
a
the
career.
smaller models, starting at
Kirk says Elisa used to
so
be
it goes
better
up
around here
from
a few years back, pre-COVID. Yeah, I believe it.
990. Don't play that salesman psychological game with me, sir. Just say it's $1 million. Or if it was over $1 million, I don't think we could afford it, honey. But this one's 999,990. Oh, let's take a close look. And it says from. What does that mean? Well, from. I mean, you get no sinks, you get no carpet, you get just the. We do the gypsum that we do the drywall, but so there's upselling. There's yeah. I mean, you don't get out with the Dresden if that's your package at 999,990. Don't play this 1995 salesman game with me. Just say it's $1 million. Don't insult our intelligence. Okay, here's the Lisbon. The Lisbon, you can get Elevation K, Elevation A at top right, and below that, Elevation F. 3 different design options on the Lisbon. Come do your virtual walkthrough today. This seems a little bit bigger. Why you call it the Lisbon? I guarantee not one dumb mother effer that moves into this place associates the name of their home with the capital city of Portugal. They have no clue. Okay, here's more on the Lisbon in the Exton Walk
I mean, do they
community.
come furnished? I seriously doubt it.
4+ bedroom. You can get a 5th 3+ bathroom, 4,344 square
buzzwords.
feet, 2-car garage, 1/2
These salesmen,
bath.
I don't know how to
Virtual
explain
tour.
it.
Maybe we'll look at that sterile
Salesman
environment.
nonsense.
Who wants to live like that? Oh, hi, I'm Lauren. I have an AI assistant. If you have any questions about the community, our home models, locations, and more, just click the contact button. Lauren, are you real or AI? If real, I'd like a virtual tour, if you know what I mean. About the home. Oh, I'm being misogynistic. Not being misogynistic again. Unsubscribe. About the home. Welcome to the Lisbon and Exton Walk luxury singles. The only singles, you're like 4 feet from the next house.
Yeah.
It's like a row home in South Philadelphia in view of the stadium.
Kirk says,
The only new
furnished like
single-family
Billy's
home
landlord's
community in Exton.
basement
Oh,
apartment.
gee.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
twisted.
let's just peace of mind built in. Peace of mind that your home will
That
is
shit was
guaranteed
amazing.
to last for at least 20 years before it starts to fall apart. Exton Walk. Additional homes for sale in the Exton Walk luxury singles. The Dresden, that's the one we looked at first. The Monaco, the Santorini. What? Only Italians want to be associated with Italians. What? You can't. You some Irish family in there with 2 little girls, ginger hair. They don't want to live in the Santorini. What the hell? They put pictures of Musa. I can't say that. Pictures of the leader of the dear leader in the 1940s, Musa. They don't want to only. You should sell this in South Philly. What are these people thinking? The marketing needs help. I know. I was a marketing major at Penn State. Somebody asked me after I graduated, what does that mean? I'd say I have no idea. And it didn't do anything for me being a marketing major. You know what? Actually, if you're a marketing major, you go into sales. That's just anybody can sell it. And you don't have to go to school for that. What a waste of money that was. Anybody want to schedule a visit? Okay, I think this is all those white townhomes, right located on the Wawa. That is on, my side of all those larger homes being constructed, but still part of Exton Walk.
Can you imagine buying one of these homes? There's like a rinky-dink convenience store, whatever that was, like a block away.
2,100 square feet, 500 message agent or request tour. Ew, I don't think so. Get pre-approved. Okay, let's take a little tour here. Look how sterile. This is what, could you imagine showing your grandparents what almost 600,000 buys. Cheap ass. Look at that. Somebody bring their barking dog into the backyard at midnight. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Look how close this
You're
all
all
is.
on top of each other. There's a piece of paper mache between the homes. Could you imagine showing your grandparents or great uncles?
See, Lisa says the best salespeople never went to college. Kirk says it'll feel kind of depressing to me, like living in an airport hotel. Yeah, it's fucking Well, I was getting like liminal space vibes looking at those what's it, screenshots, whatever, pictures.
That fought in the war, what 600,000 gets you? They would be appalled. Look at that. I mean, this okay. It looks okay now. What will it look like in 20 years? There are slum neighborhoods in Moscow that look better now than this will look like in 20 years. I mean, look. I mean, whatever. I don't follow finance anymore. I don't. But this. So they say it's already starting to deflate. The housing market, the bust. The boom and bust. The bust has to come. I mean, this is just, especially with interest rates that are above zero, this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Look, I mean, this is the best they could do for the virtual tour. They couldn't dress it up a little bit better. Look at these. Does this make you, I mean, you've been in home models where you walk in the model, of course, and it's just beautiful inside for whatever apartment they're selling. You'd think they would do better than this to try to sell. Oh, they're just flying. They don't have to, Matt. Up until now, they're just flying off the shelves. Yeah, pretty much. How sad. I guess I feel the need to insert this. Guys, I'm not cutting up townhomes. Many of you live in townhomes. My father has lived in a townhome in Norristown. I lived there for 5 years. He's been there for 30 years. I grew up in an apartment complex called Kingswood Apartments. I'm just saying, for what they're offering today,
Kingswood,
for the price, it's just unbelievable. I mean, my father...
I'm really immature, okay?
84, 83 in Norristown. It's called Jeffersonville. He must... it was like $75,000 or something like that. And it's not really
Kirk says that public kitchen from that one video I showed you in those micro apartments really bothered me. Just imagine sharing a kitchen space with your neighbors every day. Oh God.
The concrete block.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
They're built to last. I mean, it's what you get for the price today. That is what is appalling. Of course, I'm not. I mean, many of you live in townhomes. Hopefully, I doubt there's anybody here listening to this that's actually looking to buy a new townhome close to $600,000. I guess that's
Lisa Sayers agreed the shared kitchen is like a dorm living. I've never had roommates in my entire life. It's always been my wife and myself, so I can't imagine the nightmare of sharing like a kitchen with strangers or some bullshit.
Knock at the door. You move into one of these places in 2025, I fear that this sort of people would be your neighbors. Say I just moved in next and walk. I don't know where my drill is, and my tools, and the boxes are still...
What's going on with her chest? What is that?
Boxed up, and I go next door and knock at the door. Hi, I'm Matt. I just moved in next door here. Isn't this Exton Walk is very lovely, isn't it? Oh, hi, I'm Terry. I'm living here with my fiancée, Jenna. Oh, hi, Terry. That's a very nice pink suit. What's that underneath, like a tinfoil type shirt you have there? I just wanted to ask if I could borrow some tools. We want to hang some pictures, do some things, just get started here, make it feel like home. What did you need? Tools, Terry. Tools? we don't have any tools. We just hire somebody for that. You just bring them down. We have a great vendor list I don't need a vendors and contractors, Terry. Just like a Phillips head. A what? A Phillips head screwdriver. I just want to do so. You don't have any.
Let's see real quick. Lisa said you got to have a HOA in all of these developments. The HOA is a nightmare. Yeah, I've never had to deal with HOA either. Jesus Christ, man. What a fucked up world we live in. Goddamn. This nuttiness whenever I hear stuff about HOA nightmare scenarios and stuff. Kirk says never had roommates, but from my old friends that went to college, it sounds really shitty. Sounded really shitty.
No, I don't have any tools. Why are you getting all uppity?
Oops.
Oh my God, we're real roughneck ruffians moved in next to us, Jenna.
Oh God, these are the type of people maybe you have to deal with if you look at Exton Walk today. This sort of thing is like a reality breakdown to me. Exton Walk is a reality breakdown to me. And there's ebbs and flows and ups and downs and booms and busts in the San Francisco real estate market or New York City or San Diego. But how it stays so expensive, considering how the whole city, go watch the Metal Leo channel, which we've highlighted here, closed. This store closed. This restaurant closed. This dry cleaner closed. This whorehouse closed. Closed. It's just becoming
Vallejo,
a
California.
complete wasteland. And the housing market, I mean, it should be down 60 or 70%, considering the endless bubbles. Zillow, San Francisco, the average price, $1,295,000.
So Lisa says the psycho narcissists are the ones who volunteer to be the HOA president. Yeah, I believe it. You got to be a special kind of asshole to be a HOA president.
Gigantic home of new construction. This is average. Some of these places, Nob Hill or whatever, are very small for 1.2 million. The same as New York City. The average San Francisco, California home value, $1,295,000, up 0.6% over the past year. I mean, houses go pending for sale in just 15 days. How is this possible? Go watch Metal Leo. Closed. This is closed. Now, the bums and homeless have moved into what was once a bar here. Closed. What the hell? It doesn't make any sense how people are staying in California. I got the sense in 2002, folks, 2002, that things were not quite right here. It was right after the dot-com boom. And I told you there's a lot of reasons why I said I just can't live here. But now it's been 6 years. I cannot put roots down in this state for a lot of reasons. Just one of 50 reasons. It was the earthquake. Can't get the earthquake insurance. You work your ass off. You put everything you have into a house or into property, and it's all a million or whatever. And you leverage up big time for 30 years, and then an earthquake could just knock the home off the foundation.
I swear to God, every time he does that and I'm at work listening to one of Mac's videos, I crack up every time.
Leave you with nothing because you can't get the earthquake insurance in regular home insurance. You can get separate riders if you want to pay $1,000 a month. That was back then. An extra $1,000 a month in 2002. I don't even know if it's even available, the earthquake rider or whatever today, or what it would be. An extra $5,000 a month. So I'm out there and putting 6 years of hard work in, flying around 10 states trying to sell this insurance, saving some money, and then I'm going to risk it all. At any moment there could be the big one. I don't understand that. I don't get it. If you've lived there your whole life and your roots are there, that's one thing. But I was coming in from Philadelphia. The only opportunity I would ever have in my lifetime to have that upper level, middle management or whatever corporate job that paid a decent amount of money, I recognized this is my window to save some money in my life. And then to put it all, I said, no, I'm leaving. I quit my job, 2002, and just said, I'm just moving back to the Philadelphia area with no job. And that's what I did. Okay, guys, to close the video, I figured I'll go to a San Francisco listing site, and I'll just pick one at random, the first one at random, to see what we have here in terms of the San Francisco market. 1 million, the one in the middle there is for sale. $1,499,000. $1,499,000, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. Well, this must be a coveted neighborhood.
Dude,
this is
what the
not
fuck?
a coveted neighborhood. Let me show you the map. Now, it's close to Golden Gate Park, but anything out by the beaches, anywhere close to the beaches on the west side of San Francisco, is fog central. 26th Avenue, no, not coveted at all. This is just an absolute middle-of-the-road, lower middle-of-the-road neighborhood in San Francisco. You say, well, it's close to the ocean. That is not a selling point for that east side of San Francisco. It is fogged in all the time. Over by the Bay Bridge, over south of Market or Market Street, it could burn off by 11 o'clock or noon. It could be crystal clear blue and 75 degrees. And they're looking at 58 degrees, fogged in and high winds. Over out by the ocean, out by Golden Gate Park. The East Bay will get 150 nicer days than this area here. So, okay, it's okay, live out there, but 1.5 million. They're playing that game with us again. 1.499. Just make it stop it. Just make it 1.5. Anyway, this is the one I picked at random. And considering what's happening in San Francisco and what the market should be, this house should be about $420,000, if you ask me. And it probably will be in a few years. Thanks for listening. Stacking bricks with fire tests?
All right. Let's see. Lisa says, I'm California, born and raised, left in 92. Kirk says, our adjacent neighbor is part of the HOA, no surprise considering her mother is part of the 9/11 operators. Which constantly touch noses with the cops, oink oink, and nepotism motherfuckers. Neighbor is part of the HOA. Yeah, what a shame. You may as well be under the dragon's wing by that point, right? Lisa says power hungry gremlins who can't be fired because nobody else wants the unpaid job. Is being a HOA president or being part of the HOA unpaid? I mean, I don't know. It makes sense that it's not paid or whatever. Yep. Alright. I'm about to call it in about a minute or two. I'll call it. Lisa says, yep, he's right. I lived in San Francisco for almost 2 years. Foggy in the morning, then 2 hours of sun, then clouds rolling at 4 p.m. Jeez. 2 hours of sun. What the fuck? It's weird. Sounds like heaven to me, because I don't like, I like when it's overcast outside, to be honest. Alright, I'm gonna close this window. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks, Lisa, Kirk, Billy. I think Billy may have fell asleep or something, because it showed I had like 5 viewers still, or something like that. Where's it at? Yeah, it says I have 6 viewers. I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, thanks for joining, Lisa. Thanks for joining, Kirk, as always. Alright, y'all take it easy. Bye-bye.